Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and got a good one for you today. I'm up at Heisler Park and just checking everything out. And it's nice, kind of overcast. People are out here working out, and surfers are out there. So I got a bunch of great video of that. They'll show you. And these are rough times, guys. A lot of things are happening right now in the economy, and you are not alone. I'm telling you that right now. It's happening to everybody. So before I get into it, please take a second. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel and make sure that you hit the bell notification so you get notified of everything. And don't forget to sign up for Christmas in May. ChristmasInMay.com. We're giving out thousands of dollars worth of stuff. And Greg just sent in silver to donate. And Roxanne sent some stuff in yesterday. Very, very cool. And Greg sent me a shirt too, which I'm have to go get sized from the tailor tomorrow. So that's very nice of him. But let's get right into it. I had breakfast this morning with a friend of mine, Dave. Really sharp businessman, really good guy. And Dave was telling me a great story about the bank that is unbelievable. And there's two stories with this. So Dave has a check, goes and puts it in his bank, certified funds, was for over $100,000, last week. And puts it in, he goes to the bank, walks in, and says, hey, how long is the hold going to be on this? Oh, you're a good customer with us, Dave. There's going to be no hold. Do you need the funds today? You can have access to the money right now. I'll authorize that. No, I don't need the money. I just want to know, because normally a good client would be able to deposit a check today. You'd wake up tomorrow morning and the funds would be in your account, right? So Dave puts the money in the account, was pleased, goes away, and then decides he's going to go out and buy some metals, silver, gold, things like that, platinum. He's into all this stuff, and goes to the bank and says, hey, listen, I need to transfer some money from that account to my other account so I can pay for this. And the bank manager's like, well, what's the money for? It's like, excuse me? What are you using the money for? And he's like, what are you talking about? Why is it any of your business? Well, because I think it's, we're just trying to look out for you, Dave. And he's like, no. He goes, no, it's none of your business what I'm using the money for. And she's like, well, there's a security concern with what you're doing. And think about it. Put over 100 grand in. I won't say the exact amount, but it was well over $100,000 in 5 days earlier. And sorry, my allergies are kicking in. And he goes, well, if you must know, I'm going to go buy some metal, some silver and some gold. Really? What kind of price did you get on that? And he lost it. Rightfully so. What do you mean, what kind of price did I get? Well, did you get a good deal on that? And he's like, no. See, I would have said, no, I got fleeced, and I'm going to meet the guy in the parking lot and pay him. And again, this wasn't like I need cash. He was making a transfer from one account to another and told them they wanted to know what he was going to pay for, because he mentioned he needed to pay something. And they're like, well, just want to make sure you're getting a good deal. And he's like, you know what? I'm paying fair market. I'm very happy with the purchase. And it was unbelievable. So, again, Dan, what do you think of that? Well, Dave, it's outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous. But you mark my words, when you have a client that's up here and they're like, what are you spending the money on? It's going to happen to the rest of us. Okay? Now, I leave Dave, and at my late girlfriend's house, she has raised planter beds. And I thought, what would be nice? It would be nice to get the raised planter beds replanted for spring and summer. I'll get some vegetables, and I bought some stuff at Home Depot last week, but the beds were like really barren. So I'm like, I'll go to Home Depot. So I go to Home Depot and use my debit card. And then having dinner with a friend this weekend, and wanted to get something at the wine store that she wanted. So I went and got that and didn't think about use the debit card again. And then I thought, oh, I gotta get some cash. I need cash. So I go to the ATM and to use it, and the ATM freezes on me. And the ATM says, spits out my card and said, please give us your CV code on the back of the card. Which, guys, you know, I'm in my 50s. I've never had that happen. Ever, 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 ever. Give us your CV code. So I punch it in, and all of a sudden your account has been locked because of suspicious activity. And I'm like, are you kidding? I have the card. So go inside the bank, Chase Bank, okay, just so you know, and go inside. And I said, you know, I'm in line, and they could tell I was upset, okay, to say the least. And a woman in there recognized, oh, hi, Dan. Hi, I love you. You know, okay. So the manager had no clue who I was, which is fine. Doesn't happen every day that they do. But he's like, well, where'd you go today? What'd you buy? Okay, you're at Home Depot. Why were you at Home Depot? Really? You're going to ask me what I purchased at Home Depot? Well, then you followed it up with one of the most suspicious things ever, and then you bought alcohol after that. And I'm like, how do you know I bought alcohol? Okay, I didn't know I didn't buy pretzels at there. There's a $9 bag of pretzels in the stuff I bought today. Well, this is what people do. They steal your debit card, and then they go to Home Depot. Then they go and buy alcohol usually. I'm like, really? So then I went and hit the ATM and asked for cash. She goes, oh yeah, it was a totally suspicious transaction. Oh, let me look at this. Yeah, you got cash back at Home Depot as well. And I'm like, oh yeah, I did, now that I think about it. So they froze the debit card from that. So do you have any text messages from us at the bank? 4 text messages. And, you know, phone's in the car. I wasn't thinking about it. I was furious. Just go get your phone, and let's see if we can get this straightened out without you having to call anybody. So, needless to say, you know, is this you? Did you go to this place and did you go to Home Depot and buy plants at Home Depot? Yes, I did. Did you go here and make a purchase? Yes, I did. Now, guys, I know that this is for my safety, and I talk about this, but what happens? What happens to somebody that you don't have your phone with you? You just have your debit card with you, which I've done 100 times, because I'll go for a run, you know, I'll go buy something, and then you're locked out. What happens if it's a holiday weekend? This is Memorial Weekend, guys. This is not just the average weekend. So, oh, don't be upset, sir. This is for your protection. I said, it's not, though, because I just told her the story about my friend. Oh, well, your friend must have done something suspicious with his purchase. Again, if I would have told him that, he would have lost his mind. But if you don't think that they are going to limit every single one of us with how much cash you take out of the bank, what you purchase, you are kidding yourself. You're absolutely kidding yourself. This is happening. And again, no hard feelings, Dan. Okay, it's not you. It's for your protection. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, anybody else have something like this lately? Because there's a rash of it lately, and it's not the same bank. My friend banked at Wells Fargo, and you always call them Wells Fargo, Dan, and now I know why, because it's kind of hell what I went through today. Okay, but so that's that. Now, the next thing is we're not going to have a recession. It's going to be postponed, because yesterday we got job numbers out that talk about how good the unemployment numbers are right now, and they're fantastic. The economy is amazing. Guys, I want you to think about this. The biggest companies in the world are out there laying people off left and right, all around us. It's happening. But you're supposed to believe that the economy is great and that we have the lowest unemployment ever, 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 ever. Okay? Never have we had a situation like this, that unemployment's been this low. Okay. The recession is going to be postponed because of how good the economy is. Who believes that? Who believes that? I have talked to, and I'm not kidding you, today's one of those days where I literally have been on the phone every second to drive to make this video this morning. And there's been, in the morning time, there's been over a dozen people I've talked to today. And they're all telling me the same thing. Don't forget to mention this story. Don't forget to mention that story. But we're not going to be in a normal recession. It's going to be postponed. It's going to be an asset class recession. That's a new one, guys. It's a new name for you. Asset class recession. Now, what this means is that certain assets are going to go down in value, and they're going to not be purchased, like everything. Okay? But it's okay. It's just an asset class recession. Sorry, I'm getting all intense and leaning into the camera. You have to take a second, step back, and ask these people if they're for real, because they're not. Nobody is. This is ridiculous. They're trying to tell us that there is no recession right now. Think about this. In 2008 and 2009, in the stock market, people's 401ks dropped a significant amount. If I said, let's guess and let's have a poll, you wouldn't be able to believe it until you read the article below, where it was $72 trillion was lost in people's retirement during that time. When have we had a drop in retirement value? Okay, now it trickled up, ratcheted up. People have more money, but right now you're at a point in time where people are starting to lose more value than ever, and the stock market is being propped up with matchsticks. It is absolutely going to collapse and going to falter and fall, and it's going to, one match is going to light everything off and set it all on fire, but it's going to be an asset class recession. So metals may be in recession. Real estate may be in recession. Financing may be in recession. Okay, well, what asset class? Okay, if you read the article, it's crazy because your retirement may not be good, but we have the best unemployment ever, and the markets are stronger than ever. Things are better than ever. Carl Icahn, okay, is in the news right now. Now, remember the movie Wall Street? Gordon Gekko, greed is good. Greed works, greed cuts through and clarifies the evolutionary, I could do it for you, the whole thing. Remember that? 1987, Michael Douglas won the Oscar. Anyways, there's a line in that, you need a friend, get a dog, okay? Well, Carl Icahn's the guy that originally said that. And Bill Ackman, who is my favorite billionaire, steps forward yesterday and says that Carl Icahn needs to take his own advice. And he said this again and was just railing on this guy. Remember, he lost $1 billion, he lost $6 billion, $8 billion. No, he lost $11 billion. And the value of his investment fund is off a tremendous amount. If there's any chance of it saving, I'm not telling you to buy it, but it's down a tremendous amount because there could be, quote, irregularities. Is that irregularities in their performing? Is irregularities in the stock? What they purchase? There's irregularities in the numbers, everything, okay? But who knows? So with that, Bill Ackman is writing him. Hey, maybe he needs a friend. Bill, I got to do this without laughing. Bill Ackman said, maybe Carl Icahn needs a friend right now. Which, again, I would love to have lunch with Bill Ackman someday just because he would be a great guy to talk to. He really would. I'd love to have lunch with Carl Icahn too. But Bill Ackman was just really riding him and prodding him, okay, to say the least. So asset class recession, guys. That's a new one. So you are not alone. The banking nightmare that we keep talking about, and this are new stories every day. And because of how the audience is, we crossed over 280,000. I'm telling you guys, we're giving away a bunch of stuff for Christmas in May. Sign up for Christmas in May right now because there's tons of stuff that's given out. Gift cards and everything. I don't care where you are in the world. You could win something for that. So sign up below. And when we hit 300,000 subscribers, we'll have another big party again. So you have that to look forward to. And again, we crossed over 280, about to hit 281. It's all great. But we'll have a big, big party. But all of this is like make-believe. It is absolutely a different world. My friends that are trying to buy equipment for their business, and I'm like, don't buy it. Dan, we got to have this truck. We've got to have this forklift. We've got to have this backhoe type thing. I forgot what it was called. And I'm like, no, don't. Just start looking. Have somebody that works for you. Look for those used and look for the deal that you can make. And guess what? They've all found them cheaper, and people begging for the money right now. You want to buy a watch right now? You want to buy a Rolex? You want to buy a high-end, piece of art? You want to buy anything right now? Rich people are unloading everything right now. Used cars right now are in abundant supply right now. What a difference a year makes right now. And you're going to see this get worse and worse and worse. Again, this is Laguna Beach. This is beautiful. It's very nice. The other side back over there is where the surfers, I always get a kick out of this. There's an area where you can surf, but you can't swim, which I never understood. And it's all rocky. So that's crazy. So share your thoughts on this stuff so far. There's a lot more to cover. This place is absolutely stunning down here. Remember Dr. Doom, Nouriel Roubini? He came forward, and I was trying to find something where he was talking about the debt ceiling and how that was going to be a major, major issue. And he said, we are 2 weeks away from a major stock market crash that will be unlike anything that we've seen and could be 40%. Wow. Okay. Now, you get the kookaburras all the time that are out there telling you it's going to crash, it's going to crash, it's going to crash, it's going to crash. But this guy's got credibility to him because he called 2008 and talked about the housing debacle and how bad it was. And this time he said that this debt ceiling problem, that's not going to get resolved properly. He's convinced that there's going to be something that's going to kick the can down the road that's going to make it awful and going to prolong the agony for all of us. Now, think about this. For the first time since 2008, more people own stock right now than they did before. And the crazy thing about that is that if you make $71,000 or more, there's a great Gallup poll, 8 in 10 people own stock right now, which is the highest percentage that you've had since 2008. People are making all this money right now doing that in trading and buying assets right now than ever before. So the thing that people want to do, there's a huge percentage of people out there that are not interested in dividend stocks and things for long term. And I love Greg Manarino, and he was talking yesterday, as the market was closing, about how, certain things, am I going to sell? Am I going to not sell? He likes JEPI, something he says, I own a tremendous amount of it, but I'm not ready to sell it yet. And people don't analyze this stuff. They just hold and hope or want the quick hit that's going to make them, double and triple their money. That's why the cryptos are so romantic for everybody. So, do you own stock? Do you think you're in jeopardy? Have you protected yourself and your family? Have you gotten some good advice? Take that time to do this. I'm a student of everything, marketing, life, everything. And I love getting advice from people. I love to learn about people's industries. I love to learn how people make money. I love to learn their education. And did your degree get you, that business? Yes, it did. No, it didn't. Okay. Now, if you're a doctor and, why do you practice cardiology? Well, because I always liked it. Why do you do bankruptcy law when you are a lawyer? Great money in it. It's fast. It's quick. I'm good at numbers. There's all these reasons that people do stuff like this. So fascinating. But right now, people need to educate themselves. People need to pull their head out of the sand. We've talked about that before, and how they just need to be realistic with what's going on right now, because this is not good right now. It really is not. They can lie to us and tell us how great the unemployment numbers are. How can you lay off thousands of people a week and have the unemployment numbers not go anywhere? Does that make any sense to you guys? Seriously, because it doesn't make any sense to me. So share your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking about this. It's kind of a little cove down here that's really nice. Spent a lot of time down here when I was a kid. And just a beautiful spot. It's nice, it's quiet. During the summer, this place is packed. You can't find a place to park. But let me know what you guys think about this. You guys Sitting there getting advice, protecting yourself. What are you doing? Now what's very cool is these guys paddle out to the rocks and then catch an individual wave. Isn't that cool? We have talked about retail so much and sales so much lately that it amazes me that the corporate bigwigs don't pay attention to the world. And Target just took a major hit because they did a Bud Light. And I had a lot of people write me and say they're done with Target. They'll never step foot in Target ever again. Isn't that crazy? Wild. So they did a Bud Light. They lost $9 billion in market value, literally, this is in the last week. Costco announces their numbers, and they weren't that bad, but everybody was expecting more. So $53.6 billion in sales. Okay, well, that's a lot of money for a quarter. No, they were expecting $54 billion. They were off $1 billion for the quarter. They only had an increase in sales for each store on an average of 0.3%, which is still up, guys. It's not down. But they were expecting almost 3% increase for the spring purchases. That everything should be better, everything should be bigger, people should be spending more money, but it's off. Now, is this the quarter that takes the turn for the worse for Costco, where sales dropped completely? The stock went up this week almost 6%, and people are saying this should be concerning for Costco because that's where everybody's purchasing, large lots of things and in bulk for everything, but they're spending less right now and it's going down, and the analysts are concerned for Costco. Okay, $53 billion in a quarter, and it's concerning. So very interesting, but once again, the greatest economy in the world. It's an asset class recession, but people are spending less, guys. People are cutting things out of their lives right now. It is springtime. Houses should be flying off the shelves right now. They are not. In Los Angeles, I saw a great piece by Josh Altman talking about how they charge an extra 4% on up for houses over $5 million. Now, it's not for all of us, guys, not even for me, okay? But the point is that these houses, when they charge this extra money to help homelessness, that's what it's for. They had 220 houses that closed escrow the month before it ended. April 1st comes out, and they sold 7 houses last month in that range. 7, over 220. That's going to kill the market. Why would you buy a house that expensive? So you could pay an additional 4 to 5% on the house? No, it's too much money. So, again, these kids that come out here, man, I give them credit. Climbing on the rocks, to jump in. But all my friends that have talked to me have said how they're cutting back. They want to cut back on the money purchases. Are you going to spend more money on your vacation this year? Everybody's changing the way that they're spending right now. Everybody. Sorry, wasn't paying attention. See this kid jump in. It's crazy times right now, guys. Crazy, crazy times. Barefoot walking on the rocks. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Let me know what you're thinking about this. I think that we are in for a much longer ride. Everybody that I talk to that's in business, whether they're in manufacturing, sales, service companies, everybody is talking about how things are different. They feel an ominous tone to everything that's going on right now in the economy. And it's not something that we're making up. It's not gloom and doom. Somebody sent me a great article. I hope this thing will it just crash already so we can get it over with? It's going to be a powder keg, guys, and it's going to be bad. So share your thoughts on this stuff so far. Let me know what you think about all this. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. First thing, Germany is in a full-blown recession right now, and they're blaming it on their green technology. Great article below on that. So can't afford it, too expensive, but hurting everything. Next thing is First Republic Bank, the one that was going to go out of business and got saved by JP Morgan. They paid executives as much as $10 million when the company was going down, knowing that they were going out of business during that time. Paid them $10 million. Okay, so that's sickening and disgusting on 40 different levels. Plus, you'll love this. Jamie Dimon and everybody at JP Morgan gave the axe to 1,000 employees yesterday to tell them that they're done from First Republic. So have a nice Memorial Day weekend. You guys are finished. Unbelievable. So final story is the debt ceiling debacle. Kevin McCarthy and the rest of Congress, they're going on vacation now, guys. So the likelihood of a deal being worked out, Kevin McCarthy said, I want you to understand, it's not my fault. Okay? It's everybody's fault, guys. You can sit there and take no blame, Mr. McCarthy, but righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, I don't care, guys. It's everybody's fault right now. But no deal is going to be struck. So what does that mean? Does that mean banking is going to collapse? Does that mean that our bills are going to be shut off? We won't be able to pay anything? Is that what today was? Was the more of the same when it comes to banking? I'm telling you guys, I've had 6 people write me and tell me that they've gotten notification from their bank that they're going to be serviced Memorial Day weekend, okay? And to make sure they have money and make sure that they have no pending transactions that are important over the Memorial Day weekend. Isn't that odd? Not a weird thing to get from multiple places around the country that have nothing to do with each other, and these people don't know each other, banks, credit unions, a little bit of everything. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Sign up for Christmas in May, because it is going to go away soon, and we're going to give everything away, but there's a ton of cool stuff to give out. So sign up today, okay? Onward and upward, guys. Email me, hello@iallegedly.com. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, a party at 300,000, okay? A good one, okay? Talk to you soon.